Hey, welcome to Comics Covered. I'm Matt, and I'm John, and this is Matt.
Whoa.
And we're both the founders of CoverPrice.com. I always do that because I always think like, I always go, Matt's going to go first. Anyway, welcome to the show. Another pre-recorded show. And you might wonder, well, why didn't they just edit that out? Because we're just going to keep going.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. So anyway.
You can be me. That's fine.
It should be you first. Yeah. Today we have a fun show, pre-recorded show, because we are headed to C2E2 over in Chicago this week, and we won't be around tomorrow to film. So we wanted to show you guys some information about the con, some of the exclusives, and things like that. Matt, you want to add anything?
No.
Perfect. Well, for those of you guys who don't know, Cover Price is a collection management system price guide all rolled into one. If you want to know what all your comics are worth for both raw and slabbed values, try us out. We have a 5-day free trial, and then we're pretty affordable, I think, after that. So if you want to give us a shot, please do. Matt, how do you feel about C2E2?
C2E2 is good fun for us because most of our team is in the Chicago area. So this has now become our spot to for everyone to meet up because it kind of makes the most sense logistically. So it's been last year was our first time doing it, and this is our second year trying it out, and it was a lot of fun last year. It's nice to connect with people. So all the other conventions are very hyper focused on business meetings,
Industry
events and stuff like that. So it's kind of nice to, I guess, say this one's a little more casual for us. Like we can just walk around and look at things and actually dig for comics. And
would you say you could let your hair down?
Unfortunately, that's long.
that ship has sailed. You and me both.
That is way sailed. That the hair is not coming down. So it's just a good opportunity for us just to catch up with our team. But it's always interesting. Like we'll get into it a little bit too of just some of the convention space right now and how competitive it is just this month alone. But we'll jump into that. But yes.
Okay. Well, if you see, there's going to be a bunch of our team members out there. I think about 11 or 12 of us are going. If you see the Cover Price logo on someone's shirt, go over and say hi, and they might give you a lanyard or a postcard or nothing. We'll see.
A firm handshake.
A firm handshake. Speaking of the coveted lanyards, so we're doing a panel on Saturday with Jenny Frizen. And she has so graciously created this lanyard with us to kind of that we can give away at the presentation. Presentation is going to be Saturday at 4 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be in room S402A, and we're going to
402A.
It looks like a 5, but it's an S. And yeah, it should be fun. We're going to give away the lanyards if you can make it. You'll be able to hear Jenny talk about some of her work and answer questions and things like that. And she's awesome. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're going to go through her most expensive covers. That's going to be our guideline of going through her work, just because it's not necessarily, someone said, like, is this treating comics like a commodity? Well, they're not quite a commodity, but they have value. And so it's kind of interesting to go through some of her most valuable work and explore some of her thinking of why they went up in value. And a lot of them be scarcity, early points in her career, whatever it is.
And when you don't think of comics that they have that intrinsic value or actually the external value as well, you're kind of like, you're not really being based in reality in the hobby. It's, yes, the stories are great. It's an awesome, the IP is great, but the comics could be worth something, and that's a huge part for a lot of people collecting comics today.
But they're also valuable because she is so good. Like that's the thing. Her art and her covers are so good that she has a high amount of fans who all want the same things. And again, we always say this: pure economics. When supply outweighs the demand, when demand outweighs supply. It's the opposite in this case of most popular new books. But when the demand outpaces supply, then you have these value spikes. So we're just going to be looking at going through the panel with that microscope I think it'll really spur some interesting conversations and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and then also on Friday, Comic Book for Kids is a charity that we did some giveaways for last year. If you guys don't know, they're great. Comicbookforkids.org. They Mark, who runs it, super nice guy. He brings comics to hospitals and ships them out to different hospitals, like hundreds of different hospitals each year, for kids who are stuck in the hospital, nowhere to go. What better thing to do than give them a comic book to read? And they have some really cool stuff. But they're doing an awards kind of show on Friday, same room, strangely enough, that we're going to do our panel in the next day. So S402A at 3 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, come on by there and see everybody and chat with everyone, because a lot of the people in the industry are also there.
Maybe we just stay in the room
for 2 days for overnight.
Yeah, for a
Yeah,
day.
that seems fair. So Matt's going to bring a tent.
Yeah,
and that'll be fun. So why don't we bring in? So today we're going to talk about C2E2 and all the different exclusives, and who better to talk about them than the people who researched them, brought them in, no other than Hannah and Jen from our data integrity team. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey, how are you guys going?
Doing
Good.
well. I was caught off guard by the fact that Jen put her name in as Sleepy Jennifer.
Way to mess us all up, Sleepy.
I like that you guys are bringing the same energy that I bring too. So.
Yeah, I'm sharing this today, man. It is early. It is early. That's fair for us.
Right.
It's not early for you guys.
Tuesday morning. So, and I haven't had my coffee yet. So there you go.
Well, it's just after lunch for us, so it's the lull.
There you go. What's interesting about this convention is kind of a nice, a happy accident. Is that there's less variance for this one compared to MegaCon, but that's good because MegaCon was a lot of work, right? For you guys,
yes, definitely. In terms of just like our workload, a blessing in disguise, because yes, MegaCon had so many exclusives. That if C2E2 was any bigger, we probably wouldn't have time to get all the exclusives onto our list before the convention started, especially since we're going to the convention, so we lose work time with having to travel and things like that. Yeah. So
a lot of people think this just magically happens and it's super easy and then you just have it. Can you kind of walk us through what your team has to go through to actually find these variants, and whose arms you have to twist, and how you have to track them down, and how you guys are bounty hunters now?
Well, I twist Matt DeVoe's arm, and then he goes and asks everybody. We do track down a lot of these ourselves. Just a lot of our own independent researching. We do have some tools that help us that are Jeff, our senior developer, built for us. But still, for the most part, it's all manual. We do a lot of like verification on our own, reaching out to creators and retailers and stuff, just to make sure that we have the information correct. Because the last thing I want to do is send somebody to the wrong booth for an exclusive that's not there. So I take a lot of pride in the accuracy of our list. And I always try to like double check everything and make sure everything is accurate in there. But over time, we've had a lot more people just reach out to us before we even reach out to them, which is nice. People will either email me directly or our customer support email, and to let us know and ask us to put the exclusives on our list. So that's always super helpful too when it just comes to us.
I hear everyone's super transparent, and it's very easy to find this information.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that it's just like plucking ripe fruit off of trees, and it comes to you and it's easy.
Well, everyone's very busy, so people don't always put all the information in one spot. So sometimes you have to go to multiple places to find all the information that you need.
I will say it gets better with every convention because people want to be on the list. And sometimes we'll get like the second the list goes live, there's like, oh, can you put this on? Can you put this on? Can you put this on? So we're trying to like train people and try to be like, look, if you want these on the list, you got to get them in early. Let us know. And I know it's something like a lot of these folks are planning for a convention and bringing their stuff. There's a lot of logistics and getting all your stuff there and your crew there and setting up. There's a lot of things to think about. So I understand that we're not at the top of their mind when it comes to conventions. But this is a service that we provide that is designed specifically to help retailers, publishers, and creators, just to help people find these books, help find where to get them, how much they cost, and seeing how, what was it? New York Comic Con was over 1,500, I think. You have to, it's impossible to go to these now without a plan of attack. Sometimes it's kind of nice to go through the list and be like, oh, there's nothing that I want. There's nothing I have to get. And then you can focus on other stuff. You can even
panels and everything.
Well, sometimes, you know what? I want to get a sketch from this artist. It's going to be $300. You can reallocate some of that money, depending on what's available. And sometimes, as we've known, sometimes San Diego, New York Comic Con especially, some of the exclusives are too hard to ignore. There's too much good stuff.
I like that you give me credit and everybody credit for planning. I'm emotional. I buy things. I'm like, pretty, buy. And I just and then
you have to go in. And those happen all the time. Someone will be like, hey, you want to see a secret drop? And you're like, yes.
I've seen that be susceptible to that at what's that booth? The Untamed and
Stranger Comics?
Stranger Comics.
That is rule number 1. Never talk to Sebastian Seb at Stranger Comics, because you will walk out of there without having spent at least $200 to $300.
It's those
he is a master salesman, to the point where the last convention I spent all my money. It was San Diego, I think, and I purposely had to stay away from the booth because I could not have him draw me back in.
I had to hold Matt by the hand and be like, no, Matt, this way, Matt, not that way.
Oh,
no.
He's a master salesman.
Super nice person, super fun person. Yep. But yeah, he'll take all your money,
but still support them. Yeah. they have and they do have they have an animated show for Niobe, and they also have a live action series in development now.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. They've been optioned 4 times, I think, in the past, between Universal, HBO, Disney. I think maybe it's just the 3. BBC was another.
Signed by Sebastian.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice. No, I have my share of Stranger Comics for sure.
For sure.
So anyways, what are we doing at San Diego? Or not San Diego. I'm ready to jump straight to San Diego.
You just skipped an entire convention.
Well, that is the next one for us.
Yeah, Jen, what was the hardest? I know we're going to get into the list, and maybe we'll save it for then. But what was your hardest comic to track down for this one? I'll just put you on the spot real quick.
Okay, because I was like,
were they all equally hard?
Well, let's get into it. How about that? Once we look at the list, but let's go over where are we going to be? What are we doing?
Awesome. Well, we just did the panels that we're going to be at.
We did. We did. Oh my gosh, look at that. We're done. Jeez.
We're done. I was like, do you want to talk about after parties?
No, for my brain was like, we didn't even do it yet. But if we'll be at the panel is where you can find us if you want to chit chat, if you want to complain about all the problems.
Why do you always go to the negative?
or
compliment,
positive, or if they want to ask us when and where an app is going to be,
Matt always does this. He's always like, there's like a billion things that are amazing. He goes, oh, but here's the one thing that we're not doing good. I'm like, what? Why?
No,
Why?
Just put your answer. Just put your answer about the app on your T-shirt, Matt.
Yes,
Then people won't have to ask you.
Yeah.
And look, we're showing our main page right here, but I gotta update that. So by the time you're watching this show, this page will be updated because I'll do it right after this. All the carousel stuff is in there. Here, I'll jump into a list here.
So here you go, Matt. I'll bring it. So you're gonna find the article. Then you're gonna go down to the click here button. That brings you into our C2E2 list. Did you just take over, Matt? Or no? Oh, here you go. Sorry.
But whatever you do, don't click there.
And yeah, the big button that looks very fishy and scammy. But it will lead you to the right spot. And here's the list. So I know, like noticeably, I know the first thing we noticed was that, again, this is we're pre-recording, so this is a day or so before the con, and we're going to be working all week long on adding more, but a lot less than last year so far.
Yeah. So in comparison, last year we had 629 exclusives. Now, keep in mind that this list is a condensed version, meaning
we still have only tracked 255 total so far, with 129 displayed. So yeah, we just if somebody has a lot of different treatments for the same cover, we only show the cover once,
right?
Just to so you don't have to scroll so much. But yeah, still significantly less. As we kind of already talked about before, this is just a smaller convention in general. With MegaCon last weekend, WonderCon is also this weekend. Chicago is much colder than both of those locations, and
but to that point, there's a lot like there's it's usually not stacked on top of each other in this way. Like I know usually there has been in the past where WonderCon and MegaCon kind of overlapped, or there's been but like C2E2 was in April last year, so I don't know why it's so much earlier, but I think that's really why, a lot of people just made a choice of MegaCon or C2E2, right? And a lot of people, there were a lot of folks in our social media feed that seemed to be at MegaCon. At least I didn't see a lot of publishers there, but I saw a lot of retailers and a lot of exclusives and a lot of artists and a lot of creators were there. But I like the things to talk about of why C2E2 is fun. One of the biggest highlights for me, we should talk about that one too, because that was offered at MegaCon, wasn't it? Or was it Emerald City?
Oh, I'm not sure, honestly.
But to your point, a lot of comics are being offered at both cons.
Yeah, those Alice Ever After ones were at Emerald City. So it's interesting that they will be here as well.
And the Absolute Wonder Woman, the trade was at Mega.
Oh, really? Which one says Micah?
Yeah. So they did a trade for that at MegaCon, and then they're doing a virgin foil for C2E2, and I'm super excited. It's actually going to be available at a booth, because a lot of times, with like Davis Rider and Comic Tom, since they're Whatnot sellers, a lot of times their exclusives are only available on Whatnot. So super excited to be able to pick this up in person at the convention.
And the Absolute stuff has been on fire. Like just this past, our top 10 is the number one book was the Quintana. Is that right? Am I saying the name?
Quintana? Yeah.
Quintana, yeah. The Quintana Absolute Batman 18 with Poison Ivy on the front. Same limited number, is a $275 book right now.
Jeez.
Kind of just bonkers.
Absolutely. Do you guys think that the price is going to hold for these? Because it seems to completely fan favorite, and then maybe a little bit of like supply demand issues coming in. But they're printing a ton of these now, and there's tons of printings of each of these.
Well, it's to that point. I'm looking at Absolute Batman 18. There are 54 variants for Absolute Batman 18, and there are a lot of good covers. There's a lot of good Poison Ivy covers. Like a lot of them were at MegaCon. And you have people from like Stefan Sajic and Zerdy and Eam and Yang, and I mean, like, and then I really love the Ben Oliver cover. There's a lot. And then there was also Ariel Diaz. There's a lot of good covers for that. So, I mean, this one's taking the lead. Obviously, people have been drawn to the Quintana cover for sure.
Well, I think with Dan too, like he doesn't do, at least yet, he hasn't done reprints. Like he does a cover, and like I know, especially for that Wonder Woman Batman one, he could have done a Virgin, and that would have sold. Oops, sorry.
Right.
He could have done just as selling another one, just a Virgin, and he just doesn't. So.
And I think that's what helps hold its value for sure, is that there's not another cover right around the corner for it. I mean, maybe there is, you never know, but it's nice to protect the print run integrity of just that one book, and knowing that there's not another cover to compete with. So to answer your question, John, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like I mean, I know Absolute Batman 1 is slipping in price, like it's down below $300 price for a 9.8.
Mm-hmm.
If I know they said they don't plan to end this anytime soon, but once this ever does come to an end, you'll definitely see drops. But
I mean, they're going to make some sort of content around that, all of this, in some way.
I don't know. I mean,
maybe just do animated.
Yeah, maybe animated.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if it needs something content-wise to drive prices further, because the content never saves these things from longevity. It's just how much in demand these books are. Again, supply and demand is always going to be in play. If the supply outweighs the demand, then those prices are going to fall. But if the demand is there, or these disappear into collections, it'll retain the value. I mean, it really is that simple.
Let's go through some of these then. I know, so we talked about some Absolute Wonder Woman, but then we have the Shubina covers.
Yeah, so those were at Emerald City Comic Con, so they must be leftovers from.
Yeah, Boom. They sent me all of their exclusives, and I did see. I don't know that I noticed these ones from Emerald City, but I did see a couple others, like their Flops corner box covers. They had at Emerald City, but they are also going to have them at C2E2. And there was, I think, like the Center Holds. They have an exclusive for that also debuted at Emerald City. So a little bit of overlap, but I think their Friesen packs are new for C2E2 from what I could tell.
So they might not have, if there's only a 250 print run, or it's limited 250, that's including the other cons. So they might only have like 50 covers or something at this con or whatever, right?
I cannot say for certain.
I mean, this would be limited total, total out there in the world.
It's nice though, because like some of these books are for sale higher on eBay, so if you get them in hand at C2E2.
Oh yeah, 25 and $40. And also, just so you guys know, we put the booth information there if you want to go pick it up. You can go through and add this to your wish list. You can add it to your collection, but then you can literally curate your wish list to just be things you want to get at any of these cons. So it makes it pretty easy if you use the website to do that.
I forgot. I was saying, like, the one thing I like about this convention was that CGC does on-site grading. And I mean, the fact that they do on-site grading is so attractive and addicting. The fact that you can just bring a book with you and get it back within a day or two, is so awesome. But you got to get there kind of like day one, right? Because if you get there the next day, then you kind of like, sometimes if they're jammed up, they got to bring it back with them, and then it takes a little while. So
right.
It is something we look forward to, and JSA is there too. So if you do have something signed, you can also bring that in and get that flipped around, turned around pretty quickly. So it is a good place if you are strategic and need to if you have something that, like, let's say you picked up a MegaCon book and you want to get it graded really fast, it's kind of the best way to do it. Is to show up at C2E2, show up in that line, get it graded.
Yeah.
You're done.
I like all the gangster covers here. Boom.
Well, I've been saying it for years, but you are a gangster.
I appreciate that. I see myself that way sometimes. Okay. Anything standing out to you guys? Some Amazing Spider-Man 25.
Mhm.
I'm
Also,
trying to-
since that black cat is on the screen now, I actually just got this information from Greg Horn directly that these are offered in a special like case from Comic Exposure. There's only 100 of them. They did this last year as well, where it's like an aluminum case and it has like a special COA or something like that. It's only limited to 100. And these were supposed to be at MegaCon, but Greg said the cases did not show up at MegaCon, so they are bringing them to C2E2 instead.
Cool.
And Greg will have a handful of them at his Artist Alley booth, and then the rest will be with Comic Exposure. So
Okay. That's interesting. So you can either get him at his booth or at Comic Exposure booth?
yeah, I think he said only have like 20 at his booth, but
okay.
if you happen to be in Artist Alley, you might just be able to grab one from him.
He also does some cool signature stuff. He has like different color signatures and different things you can get. Ooh, cool Batgirl. How is she hanging on like that? That cape alone must weigh about 20 pounds.
Parkour.
So Night of Comics. He's got that one out there from Yom.
I will say, I think, I mean, I love the Flops Corner boxes. I do like that there's some books that are getting reoffered here, which will be nice because there's things I would have liked to get picked up at MegaCon. So, like, it's kind of nice that there's going to be more there. There's a Dork #1, a third print from Big Time Collectibles, limited to 500. I'm sure that's going to be quite popular.
And Brett Bean's at C2E2 also.
Oh, see, that's the fun strategy there is if you can get the book, get them to sign it. Heck, if you can sway a sketch, then you can authenticate. You can get it just, you don't even have to have CGC there present to witness it. You can just go through JSA if you.
I kind of want to get a signature, but I want to do it old school where it's on the inside. Like, how it used to be like in the.
You can never see it.
Yeah.
Do you want to be to Jenn with love from Brett Booth?
That's right.
Just
You're
inside.
such a dork. I'm sure. How many times does he sign that now?
Yeah, you're such a.
From one dork to another.
So wait, how does JSA work? So if you just get it signed anywhere, you could bring it to JSA and they'll verify the signature. How does it work?
Yeah, they'll authenticate the signature. Yeah.
And then CGC will recognize that authentication?
Yeah.
So you don't need
it has a different type of label. So there's a different label for JSA authenticated signature versus a witnessed signature.
Right. And it is higher cost. So if you have a witness there, it is cheaper to just have the witness.
Oh, okay.
But how do they like authenticate it then? Do they just go, just have a handwriting analysis going on? Or?
Something like that. I don't. That's a good question. We'll have to ask CGC that while we're there.
I will. Cool Daredevil cover.
It's that's Lee Garbett, right?
Yeah.
Would you get Charlie Cox to sign it? Because he's gonna be there also.
This would be a great place right here, down here, to sign it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Brett Bean sign that one too.
Dean, one of our developers who's going to be there, is looking forward to that panel. The Charlie Cox and the Daredevil panel.
Yeah.
You should purposely try to get the people who have no relation to a book at all and just get them to sign it.
Yeah, Matt has this theory that that would be awesome. And I'm like, I'll sign it for you if you want.
Yeah,
hey.
Brett Bean sign your your Daredevil one there. Your
most pointless signature on a comic ever. And then we have some Ickpot, who is just very voluptuous drawing, I guess.
Yeah, we talked about that one last week. It was those were available at Mega.
Yeah. We did an interview with them at MegaCon last year, at C2E2 last year. All right, we also have some DC, Marvel, so Superman, Spider-Man. I wonder who's going to win.
I mean, that I do like the one that I really liked at MegaCon that I wish I would have bought if I was there was the Popkill covers, the space one. And so this is the same artist, Lozano.
I was just going to say, you don't see too many male characters for Lozano, or anybody, I guess, nowadays, right? But this is really cool. And this is like one of my favorite artists. That's on my list. I am going to go over here and add it. Let's see, which one do I want?
You got to choose between the foil or the virgin.
Virgin. For me. Boom. Add it to my wish list because I do. See, this is now just me shopping. Everyone gets to watch.
Well, it's cool. Like we were talking about before, how without this, it'd be exceptionally hard to run around and track down like booths and information. And this is just
show them the filters, John.
Show them the filters.
Show them those filters.
So the cool thing is you can actually see what's already selling in the aftermarket by sorting by raw or slabbed highest value, current market trend. You can look at, of course, you can show variants. You can look at what's in your what's just in your wish list in your collection. So you can just sort. If you already added it, you don't even have to go to your collection. You can just do it from here. What's trending, and you can even sort by publisher and era. But although era is going to all be modern, but from publisher and stuff like that as well. So if you're looking for anything, you can just quickly get down to the basics.
And there's the search feature as well. Although it's not going to be as necessary for this convention since it's so small. It's much more useful for like New York Comic Con when there's 1,000 books on the list, and being able to search by either your favorite artist or retailer or what have you. But I think this list is probably going to stay pretty small. There will be some last minute drops for sure, but I don't foresee it getting. I'd be surprised if it hit 200. I don't think it's.
When did secret drops start? I feel like when I first started going to cons, there was no such thing as a secret drop. There was just here's exclusives.
First one they started is also a secret. So I think it was just a matter of keeping people engaged in retailers' social media. So I really feel like it started in the big convention boom, which I want to point to, which was like 2024. Which is when you really saw everything spiking. So 2024, like that was when New York Comic Con went from 400 exclusives to 700 in 2024. And then C2E2 went from like just a handful to like 175. That's another thing to remember is that even having this many was not a thing prior to 2024. Then you had like MegaCon in 2024 that jumped to 200. Then it jumped to 550. Then this year it was what 800 plus 850. I mean, even San Diego was 550 in 2024, which was again a convention where that was typically around 150. Then that was high. So it really was probably around that time. You kind of have to do things to shake things up, get people to pay attention to you. So if you drop something that's new and hard to find, it forces you to pay attention to them. Or if they tease it, right? It's like, okay, now I got to watch their social.
JTC does, right? He does that with the, was it Punisher?
Oh, yes. Yeah. He does like that line art.
Well, that was a surprise too. That was kind of a late book to pop up for us, I think. Oops, sorry.
Here, JTC.
Yeah, but like, he
it was actually it was at MegaCon.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that was a surprise, and people really like that cover too.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to ask, is he going to C2E2 because he debuted his Venom line art and also the Daredevil line art.
Did not see him listed in Artist Alley.
Too bad.
I haven't seen anything from him.
He's such a nice guy. He was so sweet.
He was there last year, right?
He was, yeah. That's where we got the swimsuit, the Mary Jane in the Venom swimsuit thing, and then the Venom, and then the year before that was the Daredevil one with the radar like line art stuff he's doing.
I mean, Campbell, it's interesting because it's kind of hard to know exactly what artists are going to be there because like Campbell is not listed under the artists, I don't think, but he's there in terms of like he has all these. You can take a photo with him and get things signed. That's all he's doing the entire convention.
it's probably listed under like the events then.
Right.
Yeah.
So some of these artists are getting like they're kind of like the celebrities that are there.
Seriously,
which is a big shift for him because they are like, hey, you know what? We're not going to do a booth this year, and we're just going to go as someone there to sign things and take pictures.
So keep. You know, it's funny. I've walked by Jay Scott multiple times, and then only after he passed on, I said he looks so familiar. Who was that? And I'm like, oh, like outside the con and outside in different places. And I'm like, I know this story.
So
We're
5 days
gonna,
ago, he posted a white hand on a red background.
Oh yeah, I do remember seeing that.
But that's it. And and you're right, he wasn't on the Artist Alley list.
There's your secret clue right there. I don't know what it means, but
Yeah.
Well, that sounds interesting. I gotta look that up.
So now we got some exquisite corpses. We have a deathmatch art book with all the killers and murderers and. Okay, let's see. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Oh, the Jeeper or whatever, the Creeper. That's my favorite. In terms of all-time horror stuff. Or maybe the Predator.
That was a pretty scary movie.
Which one? Creeper?
Creepers.
Yeah.
And then I was living in a small town that had a lot of cornfields, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you can't go home anymore. You just can't go out after night. Did you see there's this YouTube channel that it's like Batman case studies or something, and it's just a fan-made like fiction, and it's basically Batman containing all of the horror movie people and fighting them, and it's fun because it's all intellectual. It's all like him planning and strategizing. So with the Creeper, he like tracks his patterns over the last 3 decades. Then he finds out where he's going to be. Then he understands how he regenerates, and then he just dissembles the guy. Just it's pretty fun if you get the chance. People make fun stuff.
Nice.
All right. What else is cool? Oh, who's Dr. Doom's a girl?
Yeah, what was that book?
It's an art book.
It's an art book.
Oh, it's an art book. Yeah.
And then we got some fame, of course. We got Johnny Depp doing his perturbed pirate look, as I like to call it.
That was Greg Horn. Was that that was that MegaCon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, MegaCon.
Yes.
And this was at MegaCon too, right? The Matt Groening ones.
It's made for Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be for C2E2 because he does have a Bulls.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. Is it? Oh, yeah, I guess the colors, yeah. Then, of course, you got some Mike Tyson, who, man, back in the day, I mean, I don't know if he was ever like this big, but my gosh, I could not imagine fighting him. Although he didn't get his face tattoo until later in life, so I don't know.
I like Mario and Luigi in the background.
Oh yeah, hey, you get up, Tyson. That's my fine.
Oh, that was
yeah. I have to do at least one impression for show. What's this? Just a corner? Mystery cover.
It's a mystery bag.
Woo! It's floppy.
So there's no, not that I know of. But there's 8 different covers to collect. If you go up into our search and search for flops, then we can see all of them together.
Let's see. Flops. Another nice, super sweet, amazing person.
2 chase covers that are limited to 50. Oh, they're the UV covers for the Something is Killing Children.
Okay, all these guys are here. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yes, there's like a standard version and then a UV cover for each one of those.
Guess what's getting added
Power
to the
Ranger
covers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the White Ranger one.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that one is only 1 book per bag, but I think it's $30. And then they did a prison pack that has 2 books per pack.
Yeah, here I can actually show that once you're done showing the floss pack, which is pretty good. I do like the corner boxes.
So these are the a blow up of the corner box that's on the other covers, right? So it's just the corner box version.
No, they're just it's kind of like a custom cover. They're just original covers that are made to look like a corner box.
Yeah. Now the Something Is Killing the Children one with Erica, that was originally that is a blown up version from his original one.
Yeah.
Right.
So for New York Comic Con last year, there's like a zoomed out version of this. There's a glow in the dark version, and then he did a different corner box cover. But that was for the Monster Hunter walks into a bar, like offshoot of Something's Killing Children. So there's a different corner box cover for that one, and I'm pretty sure that was the first like corner box cover that he did, as far as I know. So it must have been pretty popular.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Such a sweet person too. We had if people are listening, we have a interview at Flops. If you go back in our archive on YouTube, you'll be able to see some of his stuff. Super talented and sweet person. Yeah, that's a cool one.
Will Cover Price ever go to Thought Bubble?
Well, what?
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's maybe one day. I mean, there's a lot of things to go to.
Oh.
There's just a lot of artists and creators that don't.
Thought Bubble's in the UK though, right?
Yeah, that's Toulouse, but I know that he said that he was going to go to that because a lot of UK and European and they tend to.
I mean,
go
that
to
would be fun. It would also be nice to go to. What's the one in Italy?
Really?
Like Como?
Como.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Because Warren Lau, whatever you want to say, that's where he's always at in person, and he's one of those artists that I would love to meet. So,
well, you'd also got like Delato out there and all the other Italian artists who.
Yeah, but Perillo also gets around too.
Yeah.
Is that a tax write-off?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I guess it could be. I mean, only if we use the private jet, so you know.
I mean, we'll hit up George Clooney and see if he could just take us over there.
Yeah, he's in your Rolodex, as the kids say. All right, Florida hippopotamus cocaine. I forget the massacre. This was exploding when we were at Comics Pro. This just started trending like crazy. Mm-hmm. And nice Scarface homage. That's always fun. You got all my favorite words in there: Florida, hippopotamus, and cocaine, and massacre. No, not massacre.
Your 3 favorite things.
Those are my 3 favorite things. And
there'll be more prices attached Thursday, Friday, so I would keep checking back.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. All of these are the
like values. You mean sales data?
Yeah. So those get added more and more.
That's a pretty good one. I kind of looked over that one. I might need to go hunting for that one.
Ryan Brown. That's a limited to 300.
I think that might be exclusive to Whatnot.
Oh man, that's happened to me like 3 times on this list where I'm like, I want that one. Oh, it's Whatnot.
Got to get on the app. G.I. Joe. We got some. Duke.
My only problem with the Whatnot stuff is that I wish they would just do a drop so you can buy it for the cost. The problem is
some of them do.
Sometimes they do. Yeah. But a lot of times you got to just compete for it. Like,
what if they had a booth where you bought the ticket to get it? Like you didn't have. Well, it'd be nice if you had it too. But they have a limited run, so you can buy it online, but you have it at the con as well, like a saved amount, so to speak. I don't know.
But here, while we're, I think you're almost there. So the Jenny packs. Since we're going to be doing a panel with Jenny, we might as well highlight it. I'm also excited about it. So here is the Jenny pack. So it's a 2-book pack, and then on you can see what basically you get a color version or a black and white version of the full face one, and then you get one of 6 covers. So you can either get the 2 lollipops, the 2 masks, or 2 swimsuit. So, but what's kind of extra fun is you have a 1 in 100 chance of getting a remark from her, and so they sent over the remarks of what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's what she did was she drew basically like
Oh
you could see
wow.
It's cool.
the scars kind of come like the overtaking her face. There's then there she has tears, and here she drew lashes and gave her a nose ring and fangs. And this one she has like like a little like gave her blush and electric like sparks coming from her eyes. And here you got the pink tears, and you got the pink eyes. Then you have like on the mask you got like she just basically colored in the mask, and also like this bottom one it's like,
You know, it's funny. It's not subtle when you look at it, but it seems subtle because they all look, you know,
oh, it
you know what I
blends
mean?
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you opened it and didn't pay attention to like what the standard covers look like, you would probably just be like, oh, it's just I got the regular cover. Nope. No. Well, I mean the signature will be the giveaway.
Oh,
Will
yeah.
be the basically the
How much are the bags?
60 for those, I think.
But you're
Well,
guaranteed that one of the Erica Slaughters.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the Erica Slaughters are so the black and white's limited to 250, the color's limited to 750. And then so you get one of those. So you could have a chance to get the one in 250, but then book 2 in the pack, you get basically the lowest print run is 100 for the black and whites and 230 for the color. So you're guaranteed to get a low print book for book 2 for sure.
That's really fun. I love
yeah.
the
So how many bags are you gonna buy, Matt? How much are you willing to gamble to get that
Wait, how many
remark?
bags?
At $60 a pop.
Depends on if you
Are
already
you just
walked.
are you just gonna buy one at a time? Like rip it open, you don't get it.
That's right.
Like, all right, I'm gonna buy
Until-
another
until
one,
you
rip
get
it open. All right, give me another one.
until I get the hit. I
You
mean,
know-
it's interesting. It's like you got to set the limit, because how much are one of these remarks worth? You know, with different setting, maybe 1,000. Maybe.
Are these at her booth?
No, these
No,
are.
she has some different covers at her booth, but these are at these will be at Boom's booth.
Okay.
But I do like these remarks. If I had to choose one, I would like the fangs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
The fangs, I think my favorite too. Very cool.
$60. Okay. I think I need to up my budget already.
I know. I mean, that's the danger, is that you can you know, you can really go crazy if you're trying to chase this stuff.
No, you gotta set your budget before you go in so you don't get in trouble.
Yeah, and you got to know, like, okay, I'll get 2 packs, right, and then call it a day.
2 packs. I'm gonna get 1 pack.
Right.
Here's some friend of the show, David Nakayama, doing his in Adam Eve. I'm gonna start saying friend of show when people appeared on our show. We have Omni-Man. That's a cool Omni-Man.
Yeah. Is it technically negative space? Because I don't think that the white connected.
Right there.
I don't know that I would call that negative space now.
And it comes with this awesome cover price overlay on top. No, we add those to the convention lists because, believe it or not, after all of our hard work, people do enjoy stealing these images for their websites. So we try to protect our stuff as best we can. Some cool Invincible, by the way. If you guys haven't started watching season 4, it's good. It's good. Are you guys watching it? I know Matt hates animation and all things comic books nowadays.
What? That's a
All things
general-
fun.
I've not seen it.
You haven't
I'm-
seen it, Jen?
I'm behind. Oh, yeah, at all? Not even season 1?
What?
Well, okay, you can't. Your kids can't watch it.
Yeah, please no.
Like, 'cause
Although they all do martial arts, they rip people's arms off for
it's so
lunch.
visceral. Yeah.
Invincible returns. Some Adam Eve. Oh, that's Fan Yang.
Yeah.
Fan Yang, yeah. I'll
That's a
pull
cool-
up Katya's cover for Invincible.
Yeah. Where is that? Right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Also, friend of the show, Katya.
Mhm.
Yeah, she showed this. This was behind her when we did the interview with her.
Yeah, the original art.
The original art. Such a cool cover.
You could buy the original art for, I think, $3,500.
Jeez. Wow.
It is different at having the live chat.
Yeah. Having people go, ah. So there's that Jenny Frozen blind bag. I mean, to be honest, like I think Boom does it right for blind bags. It's not just like, hey, you might get one. It's like, here are your odds. Here's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really
Here's
like.
what you're going to get. You're going to get a low print book, but the bonus is a chase.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That you might get. You might pull something amazing. So it's just.
And for me with Boom's packs, I know that no matter what I get, I'm going to be happy because I like everything in the bag.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's some stuff that I want a little bit more than others, but even if I don't get it, it's like, well, I still really like these covers too. So
Yeah, they really do it right. It's nice to kind of hopefully, you know, setting the gold standard of the blind bag approach. What would a con be without Godzilla?
I have a question for you guys. And I was asking Greg about this at Boom. Would you want the color one to be rare and the black and white to be less rare? Because to me, the color is the better of the two. Because the color just pops.
Well, it's the red blood. I was kind of hoping that she did the red blood and then the eye. Because Hannah, what was that one cool one?
Spot. You like spot color.
There was like a Friesen one that showed up when we were doing the list that you were like, you're gonna get it because it was really cool looking.
the one that's at her booth.
Yeah.
That was for, I think that was another Something is Killing the Children #1. So it's different artwork, but yeah, she has, but that was like a spot foil.
Yeah.
It's like mostly black and white with like some colored, I'm assuming the color is gonna be spot foil, and then like a neon colored one. So
it was like that
later
one. That one, I don't know if you've seen it yet, Matt. That one was awesome. The one
Is it on this list?
Yes, of course it is.
Where is it? What should I look up?
Something.
It's
That's
Something is Killing Children. So scroll down a little bit more. You're almost to the S's. Or search for Reason.
Yeah.
That'll work too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, those are low print runs, so that's at her booth.
Yeah.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just these?
Right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's the eye and then that's cool.
Yeah. So to answer your question though, Matt, I think what happened was DC, or is it Marvel? The reason the black and white ones are typically sought after is because they typically have a lower print run, right? But if you were to flip it, I agree with you. I mean, I just think people are trained to think that the black and white is already harder to find, so there might be a hard hurdle to get over. But I agree, like the color should be the one you're going for. That should be
the color's the one I want the most. So I would like that one to be the rare one, because I know it goes opposite of what we're used to, but you know, I would really want that color one.
Agreed. Hey, we are almost out of time.
Yeah.
Let's go through some real quick. And again, this is going to be added to throughout the week as well. You got some Scream covers, Birth of the Slasher. You got more corner boxes. We looked at those. Some Ninja Turtles, of course.
Lots of art books from Jordan Wildley.
Very cool. A lot of turtles.
It is really nice, like the night before the con, like planning out your route and sitting down and just, it's nice.
Yeah.
But now we're going to be walking through this together as a team, so we're going to be holding you back.
Everyone's
we're gonna divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a pretty reserved ickpot. That's nice. Ish.
She gave up from standing. That's what that is.
I can't.
She's like, I can't do it.
I've been walking all day. I haven't eaten. I'm at the con, pulling a Matt DeVoe, not eating. Here's another Katya one. She showed us this on the thing. Amazing detail behind everything. Love her stuff.
Yeah. I like the gold one.
The gold one? But I remember we said gold would be too heavy to carry around like that.
Gold is a soft metal.
It's a soft metal. Some the Stoner Man, Popeye the Stoner Man. Yep.
Yeah, that was on the list last week.
So they launched it last weekend over Whatnot for MegaCon, but they will be available in person at C2E2.
Oh, nice. Oh, and this is the isn't comic book for kids?
For kids, yes.
So over at booth 1570, so each year they also do an exclusive, and they do one that's focused, for the kids to raise money. If you guys get a chance and you like some Kevin Eastman, head over to their booth at 1576. I'm actually going to add this to my wish list as well.
And they usually have a lot of their other like older books that they've done. Like there's that one Superman one that they have like 6. They might actually have more. I think they have like 8 variants of that now. That they usually have more copies of those, and some other like miscellaneous books of theirs. So good place to spend your money.
If we ask Mark nicely, he might give us some to give away to you guys. So we might come back with a couple of these, but it's helping charity. So if you guys 1576, head over there and pick up this cool Eastman Turtles cover.
Who doesn't love Casey Jones and Raphael?
Yeah. True. Oh man, Thundercats, love it.
Yep.
This one I thought was really cool. Like I loved this cover when, like, just the tribute, just like the photorealistic with kind of like a almost artsy background.
It is a David Bowie book.
Apparently, there's a really good manga or trade that takes place after the movies that I heard. It's pretty good.
Oh, really? I just didn't realize this is drawn. This is Greg Horn. I thought this was actually a photo. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Greg is great.
Jeez. That's fantastic. Wow.
This is still my favorite
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
11th cover from Florentino. Yeah.
Got some cool Vampirella. Of course, Matt corrected me last time. This is not Princess Peach. This is Rosalina.
Rosalina. Yeah.
Rosalina.
From Mario Galaxy.
We got some sexy
and Mario Kart and Smash Brothers
and all the things.
And you guys do any of the? I think Friday there's a lot of tournaments going on for gaming.
Oh, really? That's cool.
I do like that Blink cover. I'm going to pick up even though it's a fairly high print run.
Yeah, you're a Blink fan from way back.
Love Blink.
Like the band?
Well, that's 182. So this
is my bad. What universe is she from? 616 or whatever? Or
well, no, she was part of. She came from a universe that was.
That's the Apocalypse.
The Age of Apocalypse universe. Yeah, and then she came over. She got left behind.
As one does.
She was in one film. It was quick.
Oh, yeah, no, she was in the Tomorrow. The Edge of Tomorrow, not Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it's not Edge of
Days of
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Days of Future Present. Future Past.
Yeah. We were talking about Edge of Tomorrow yesterday. Now I'm stuck in the past.
Right.
So anyway, well, that should probably wrap it up. But Hannah and Jen, thank you guys so much for coming on and walking us through the process of bringing this all in. And I know this is all because of your efforts. So thank you guys for all.
And we should give a shout out to the rest of our team as well. Matthew, he's our 3rd Matt D at cover price and our 4th total Matthew. So Matthew and also Grant, Chaz, and even Jeff, our developer, has also given us a lot of support as we work to build these lists. So definitely couldn't have done it without all the teamwork. So this is our first time doing back-to-back conventions. And it went pretty well, all things considered. So
no, for sure. No, it was a great job. And now we got to take a breather for before San Diego, because that will be, I imagine it's going to
start now.
Doing 2 back-to-back, doing 1 convention should be no problem.
Right. That could have 2,000 variants.
I think New York now is the biggest concern, because that definitely is a much more comic heavy convention than San Diego.
Right.
So I think really just New York Comic Con is.
As more and more people rely on this list, we might expand it to other conventions with more help.
Hannah's like,
faces like,
I mean, it is a question. Like, are there things at WonderCon?
There are.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But like 3 things.
There's definitely more this year than there was last year, a year or 2 ago. But there was one year where there was like literally maybe 1 exclusive. So there is a small handful. Not
Hmm.
too many that I've seen.
I think
Yeah, but-
PlentyCon, I saw one that they have one when I was doing research for C2E2 came up. So.
Yeah, like last year Emerald City had none, and then this year it had like, I don't know, like it was like 10.
Handful.
Mhm.
Maybe we'll write an article about it rather than doing a list or something.
But like this, like I don't know, I feel like I just really like this list, and like because especially I remember going to cons when the merch booth was the only place that had exclusives, and then all of a sudden overnight it felt like you had to run around and see who had what, and then it just became too much. And then as a con goer, I was like, I kind of started giving up. I'm like, I don't really have the time to walk around. I want to dig in the boxes. So now this just takes away all that. You don't have to like overexert yourself before a con.
Or you see a book trending on the aftermarket and you're like, what? I was at that booth. I didn't know they had that. Like, or like, oh, I was going to go to that panel. I didn't know they were going to have that. Or you just, like, I would have bought this if I knew this book was out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know we're pre-recording this, so we have other meetings to jump into, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you guys rock. Thanks again, everyone, for listening. Thanks for listening. If you're going to go to C2E2, try to find us and say hi when you see us. I always say hug Matt, but for legal reasons, we don't encourage that anymore. You can high five Matt. Do you feel like being touched, Matt? Is a 5
No,
okay?
no touching. That's weird.
Oh, fist bumping.
Fist bumping. You can come hug me. That's fine. I invite you guys to do that. But okay, on that note, thank you guys so much. And remember, we got your comics covered.
And don't go yet, Hannah and Jen.
Bye.
Okay.